guys, and welcome to AirAbility, your regular dose of lead therapy. And I thought I'd start and document my journey into the world of unlimited air rifle bench rest. It's a new event in the UK. It's held under world rules, and you may know it as something a different name in America and places. Sometimes they call it extreme bench rest. All it means is you're shooting your rifle from the bench, but you're not constrained to the normal 12-foot or 20-foot-pound classes in light and heavy rifle world rules. You can have unlimited power. There's also a lot of the other rules around how you can use a rest and things, and how the stocks are built with your gun have been relaxed as well. It's a bit like in the 1980s, there was that super rally class, wasn't there, for rally cars where everything goes. So there's a lot of potential here, a lot of excitement. And I'm really excited about it, and I think it's something I'm going to enjoy. So first of all, I thought I'd start documenting my journey, and we're about a year into the journey already, so I'm going to play catch up. And then over future videos, I'll get more into the detail of what I'm doing with this gun, etc. So I thought we would just get around and I'll get you up to speed on what's been happening. The unlimited class, as I said, has unlimited power, and in the UK you require a firearms certificate to own an unlimited class air rifle. Basically, it's the same as if you had a firearm that fired live rounds. So you have to go through the same process with the police and get criminal checks and medical checks and all sorts. And it takes about a year to get a license. So it's not a quick thing, and you have to plan ahead. And also, in most cases, you need to be a member of a firearms club to prove that you have a use for the gun if you're using it for target purposes only. So I joined a great rifle club, Sunderland Rifle and Pistol Club. I met a fantastic bunch of guys who, it's only been a year now, have become very good friends of mine. Some have joined me on the BR UK tour, and others just, are just great guys. They've done everything they possibly could to accommodate me and my few special needs at the club. So I became a full member of that club, and then I applied for my FAC, and I sat and waited from about December to July, and I had my interview. It's a very quite in-depth interview. They come to your house, they wear a camera. It's a bit like a police interview, so everything's on camera. They check that you've got a safe place to store it, and you know how to handle firearms, which, all well and good. If you heard that noise there, that was an apple falling off next door's tree onto my roof. It made me jump. But the police do all the checks, takes about a year, and in July I got my FAC, which was fantastic. So I started off with, this is my second rifle, and we're going to talk about the Kraken in a minute. So first of all, I got myself a Daystate Delta Wolf, and I'll be honest with you, it broke down pretty quickly. It went back to Daystate. Daystate were very good. They sorted out quickly. They sent it back to me. They did all sorts to it. They absolutely did their best. And they were really, honourable and proactive, trying to make things right for me. The rifle came back and it broke down again. And it wasn't accurate neither. So the rifle went back and I got a refund. No hard feelings. Some things don't work out. So I was a bit stuck. I'd missed the first 2 or 3 BR UK unlimited air rifle events because I didn't have a working rifle, and I didn't know where to go next. So the guys at Ratworks said they had a solution, and they sold me the Kraken. Now, what is the Kraken? The Kraken, we've been having a bit of a laugh on the AirAbility Facebook group of people trying to identify the gun, the base model, because it's highly customized. And nobody has been able to identify what the source gun was for this project. So I'll reveal it now. It is an Evan X Windy City. It's a Korean model. So the only thing really remaining from the original Windy City is the block and the stock. It's had a new barrel. There's all sorts going on under this plastic shroud here, and all the internals have been replaced so it can shoot at unlimited power. So I'll tell you what, why don't we take a bit of a closer look at the Kraken before we move on? The Kraken came, it had a used brown varnish stock on it, and it wasn't really benchrest compatible. I tried it at the AirAbility boot camp, and I got a nice thumbnail size group like this. I got a perfect bull on my first ever shot. Although it was a fluke, it was a good omen, and things were looking good. But I designed a few things to try and be able to hold the rifle steady in my rest, to get a bit of experience with it before I could modify it when I got it home, because I picked it up on the way to the AirAbility bootcamp. So I really struggled at AirAbility bootcamp to hold the gun steady because it wasn't built for bench rest yet. So I had to do a few modifications. Now, these modifications were quite simple, and they're a bit farmer-esque. I know I don't make things beautiful, but they're very functional and things now work. So at the beginning, I put on a front aluminium block, so it now rests absolutely secure in my rest. So that's a standard bench rest trick. Come to the back here, my head was floating, and as you know, I don't have a very strong neck, and I get neck pains if I don't have a cheek piece. So this cheek piece was an Anschutz cheek piece that I got for pennies in an eBay auction that I didn't need, and I thought I'll need that one day. And it's been sat in the shed 2 years at least, and I thought when I got this, there you go, and it fit absolutely perfect. It was the right height. So I now have a cheek piece, I have proper cheek weld, and my eye is in line with the scope, so brilliant. And then the other problem was, although the rules are relaxed with unlimited and you're allowed a concave stock, it didn't fit into any of my bags, any of my backrest solutions. So I added a bag rider, I put a little Picatinny rail on the underneath, filled the gaps up with some epoxy putty, and put on a small bag rider. So fantastic, that works. All solid now, everything's level, I got the proportions right, so it's spot on. At the back here, bench resters don't like rubber butt pads because they grab on your clothing, they transfer your heartbeat through to the gun if you're touching it and things like that. So I like something quite smooth. So I was looking around the magic shed, and in the magic shed there was a Picatinny rail, so I put a Picatinny rail on the back end of the rifle instead of the rubber butt pad, and then I slipped over a Picatinny rail cover, which gave me a smoother butt pad, covered up the Picatinny rail, and it also raised the top of the butt pad level to the cheek piece, how I like it. You'll see on all my other bench rest rifles, it's like that. So then we had the problem of nothing matching on the rifle. So we decided, Mrs. G and I, we just gave it she gave it a lick of paint for me just to bring everything together. And, this will tide me over till the end of the season when I can decide whether it's accurate enough for a custom build bench rest stock, or we'll sand it all down and have it dipped or painted professionally or something. So it gives us options later on, but it ties everything together and makes it look, a little more palatable for the British Nationals in November. Now, on top, I chose the Falcon Optics T50i scope. This is a 50 magnification scope. It's got ED glass in it. It's one of the best scopes. Well, I think for the price, it's the best generalist scope on the market. Great for FT and things like that. And it's just starting to creep its way into bench rest. It's going to be especially useful with unlimited bench rest because we don't have a weight limit on our rifles, so this just goes on nicely. So a couple of other things I might want to just point out. This plastic cover here covers a massive plenum that's been put on this gun. The gun feels and shoots like a sub-12 gun. It's very smooth. You can see this target here was the best I could get out of the day state, trying my absolutely hardest. And this card that you're going to see now was the first card after I sighted it in with this gun. Now, it is only at 25 meters, but it does show potential, and it was indoors. So there is something for me to work on here with pellet testing, velocity testing, different silencers, different barrel tuners, and things like that. So I think I'm going to be pretty much rough and ready when I go to the Nationals in November. But by the time we come round to the season next year, I think I will be cooking with gas. The thing is, you've got to remember, I am starting from a zero base of knowledge when it comes to unlimited. I've probably only had 10 or 20 shots of other people's unlimited guns before, over the years, before I embarked on this project myself. It is a lot different to sub 12. You have reading the window for 50 meters with different velocity, higher velocities, heavier pellets is completely different to what you would do in sub 12. So for me, it's going to be a vertical learning curve. I don't have any expectations about the Nationals in November. My only expectation is that I will try my hardest as ever, and we'll see. So hopefully, over the coming weeks, a bit like I did with the Trapper, this is going to be modified and changed and tuned, and I'm going to learn things about it. And hopefully I can share them with you in a series of videos to show you my journey into the world of unlimited air rifle bench rest. Until then, guys, get out there, and whether it's unlimited or not, live that airgun dream and take care. Bye-bye.